friends, welcome to the session of Quality Hub India. Myself Aryan, and today in this session we are going to learn about brainstorming. Brainstorming is a very common tool, popularly used as a supporting tool to many of the 7QC tools. So let's understand what is brainstorming and what are the types of brainstorming and how this can be used in problem solving methodology. Brainstorming is a process of idea generation. Basically used to generate ideas. Ideas could be identification of problems, it could be identification of solutions also. There are three types of brainstormings are there: structured brainstorming, unstructured brainstorming, and silent brainstorming. For a good brainstorming session, 40 to 45 minutes of time is sufficient, and a team of around 5 to 6 people from the relevant background that should be there. Now let's understand how these three brainstorming sessions can be used in problem solving. Now let's first understand what is structured brainstorming. Structured brainstorming, as the name suggests, is a kind of brainstorming wherein the team involved in brainstorming, they sit together, maybe in a circle, in a round table, and they go one by one. Generally, there in a brainstorming session, one facilitator is there who facilitate getting good ideas from the people. One recorder is there who records all the ideas. For a small team, the facilitator can himself become a recorder also. He can facilitate and he can get ideas and he can record himself. Now for a structured brainstorming, the team gives one idea one by one. The recorder records. So one person gives one idea, then goes to the second person, then goes to the third person. It goes like that for some time. First round, second round, third round. Now during this various rounds of idea generation, if somebody does not have any idea, he can pass. Then goes to the next person. So 3-4 rounds of a good session of 40-45 minutes is sufficient to generate good ideas in a structured brainstorming. In an unstructured brainstorming, it doesn't go in that circle. Basically, anybody is having any idea, he can share his idea and the recorder records it. So anybody at any time can speak any amount of ideas. That's unstructured brainstorming. In silent brainstorming, there is no discussion. Everybody is silent. People are being given either post-it notes or writing pads. They write down their ideas on writing pads and post-it note, and at the end of the session, the recorder collects all the ideas and he collects it. Now there are positives and negatives of all these three kinds of brainstorming. Let's understand the positive and negative one by one. First, the structured brainstorming. In structured brainstorming, the positive is that everybody has opportunity, equal amount of opportunity to share his or her ideas. Okay. The negative point is that, or the negative side is that, see, in a team of 5 to 6 people, or if the team is bigger, all of them may not be having equal number of ideas. There could be some new people may not be having idea. They may be passing their turns. There could be some people who are having higher number of ideas, and since there are only 4 rounds, they don't get chances of sharing all of their ideas. So this is the negative side of structured brainstorming. In unstructured brainstorming, the positive is that whoever having higher number of ideas can share his or her ideas. So that's not a concern over here. The negative side of unstructured brainstorming is that there are many people in a brainstorming session. There would be various types of people. Some would be shy in nature. They might be thinking that let the facilitator ask me, then I will share my ideas. They might be thinking that okay, I'm new to this organization. How could I open up? Maybe somebody could laugh at my ideas. So he might hesitate in sharing his ideas. So this could be the negative side of unstructured brainstorming. Until unless somebody asks him, he would not share his ideas. Now in the silent brainstorming, the positive point is that no discussion, things are silent, everybody is sharing his or her idea, writing on a piece of paper. But the flip side of this is that when there are discussion, ideas sparks ideas. Somebody is sharing some ideas, somebody else could have a better idea based on that idea. So this could not happen in silent brainstorming. This is the negative side of silent brainstorming. All of these types of brainstormings have positives as well as negatives. As a leader, you should be knowing all kinds of tools and you should be also knowing how to utilize which tools in which situation. So that's the good trait of a leader. So here also I would recommend you should be understanding, you should be knowing all kinds of brainstorming, but you should be using very appropriately. That means you might start with a structured brainstorming for maybe 30 minutes, and after that you can open up the forum for next 10-15 minutes with a unstructured one to capture the rest of the ideas. That could be a good way. Or you could start with a silent brainstorming for 30 minutes, then 15 minutes unstructured to gather, to have some discussion and to capture some of the pending ideas. So that's a good way of combining brainstorming types. Now, there are some steps to be followed for doing a brainstorming session. We should be knowing how to use brainstorming step by step. So, the first step is we should be very clear about the objective of the brainstorming. Why we are doing brainstorming? For which subject? Are we generating any solution for a problem, or are we here to discuss and identify the problems? That's the first step. That means define the objective. The second step is that conduct the brainstorming with the cross-function team, gather ideas. Then the third step is, after gathering all the ideas, combine them, categorize them. There are various ways of categorizing the ideas also. You can use affinity diagram. Then after categorizing the ideas, you can analyze them. That's the fourth step. Analyze them. After analyzing the ideas, you need to prioritize them. That means which one to be used and which one not to be used. That's the fifth stage. Now the sixth stage is that after prioritization, you need to define action plan with responsibility and target. It is being said that if the responsibility and target is not defined, the action planning is not perfect. Now your planning is perfect, you need to roll out the actions for implementation, and while doing the implementation, the next step or the last stage is that monitor the effectiveness and control it wherever required. That's the last step of brainstorming. So that's it about brainstorming, guys. I hope you are clear about what is brainstorming, what are the types of brainstorming, how to use it, what are the steps of conducting a brainstorming. So use it for your problem solving, and subscribe to my channel Quality Hub India. If you have not subscribed it, click on the red button, click on the bell icon also. You will be getting notification. We will keep uploading good videos on quality management, lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, business excellence, systems, and share your comments also in the comment box to improve our videos. Any specific topic you want me to make any video, you can put your comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you very much.